You cannot heal in a life that never lets you rest. Welcome. I am Dr. Peter Sousa, and I welcome you to the Church of New Enchantment. Today, I want to speak to the person who is tired in a way sleep alone does not fix. The person who is always answering, always helping, always working, always thinking, always worrying, always available. The person who finally sits down at the end of the day, but whose mind is still moving as if the day never ended. We live in a world that treats exhaustion like a badge of honor. We praise the person who never stops. We admire the person who can keep producing, keep solving problems, keep showing up, keep carrying everyone else. And somewhere along the way, many of us learned to believe that rest was something we had to earn. Something we were allowed only after everything was finished. But everything is never finished. There will always be another message, another bill, another responsibility, another person who needs something, another headline, another problem, another reason to stay alert. And if we are not careful, we can build a life that never gives the body, mind, or spirit enough stillness to recover. You cannot heal in a life that never lets you rest. Rest is not weakness. Rest is not laziness. Rest is not failure. Rest is part of the sacred rhythm of life. And sometimes rest is the sacred work. The world, teaches us to override ourselves. Many people have actually become experts at overriding their own needs. We feel tired but keep going. We feel overwhelmed but answer anyway. We feel emotionally full but take on one more problem. We feel grief but stay busy so we do not have to feel it. We feel anxious but flood ourselves with more information. We feel spiritually empty, but assume we need to try harder. The body sends signals. The spirit sends signals. But honestly, we often respond by becoming even more productive. There is a cost to that. When we repeatedly ignore what our inner life is telling us, we slowly lose the ability to hear ourselves clearly. We stop knowing the difference between what is urgent and what is simply loud. We stop knowing what belongs to us and what we have absorbed from everyone around us. We stop knowing what we actually need, and then even rest begins to feel uncomfortable. We sit quietly and immediately reach for the phone. We turn on the television. We find something to clean, something to plan, something to fix, anything except stillness, because stillness may bring us face to face with what we have been too busy to feel. Nature does not apologize for resting. Nature gives us, a different teaching. Trees do not produce leaves all year. Fields do not remain in constant harvest. The moon does not remain full every night. Animals withdraw. Seeds rest beneath soil. Winter arrives, night comes, the earth itself moves between activity and stillness. Wiccan and Pagan traditions have long honored this rhythm through the turning of the seasons. There are times for planting, times for growth, times for harvest, times for release, and times for rest. The dark half of the year is not seen simply as absence. It is part of the sacred cycle. The dark moon is not broken because it cannot be seen. The field is not useless because it lies fallow. The tree is not failing because it has lost its leaves. Nature does not apologize for needing recovery. Neither should you. Buddhist wisdom and the exhaustion of grasping. Buddhist teachings offer, honestly, profound wisdom about the suffering created by constant grasping. We grasp for control. We grasp for certainty. We grasp for approval. We grasp for productivity. We grasp for the belief that if we just work hard enough, worry hard enough, prepare enough, and stay alert enough, we can prevent life from hurting us. But constant grasping is exhausting. Mindfulness teaches something very different. Notice, breathe, allow, return. You do not have to chase every thought. You do not have to solve every emotion the moment it appears. You do not have to turn every uncomfortable feeling into a project. Sometimes healing begins when we stop wrestling with ourselves, sit, breathe, notice what is present, let it be present, then let it move. Taoist wisdom and the art of not forcing. Taoism teaches us about moving with life rather than constantly forcing against it. The Taoist principle of Wu Wei is sometimes translated as effortless action or action without unnecessary force. This does not mean doing nothing. It means recognizing when pushing harder is no longer wise. Water does not fight the mountain. It finds the opening. A river does not panic because it cannot move in a straight line. It bends, it adjusts, it continues. Many of us are exhausted because we treat every problem like a wall that must be pushed through. Sometimes wisdom says push. Sometimes wisdom says wait. Sometimes wisdom says go around. Sometimes wisdom says this is not yours to carry. Rest helps us tell the difference. Hindu wisdom and sacred withdrawal. Within Hindu traditions, spiritual life has long included both outward action and inward contemplation, meditation, mantra, devotion, silence, retreat. The spiritual life is not only what we do, it is also what we become when we stop doing. There is a deep wisdom in temporarily withdrawing from noise, not abandoning life, not rejecting responsibility, but returning inward long enough to remember who you are beneath every role. You are more than your work. You are more than what others need from you. You are more than the problems you solve. You are more than the identity you perform for the world. When you become quiet, the deeper self becomes easier to hear. Psychic sensitivity and exhaustion. This is especially important for people who are intuitive, psychic, empathic, or mediumistically sensitive. If you naturally notice emotional atmospheres, energetic shifts, subtle impressions, dreams, or spiritual presence, constant exposure can become exhausting. Some people walk into a room and immediately sense tension. Some can feel when another person is upset before a word is spoken. Some experience vivid dreams. Some feel emotionally drained after being around conflict. Some who work in mediumship or psychic practice notice that their sensitivity becomes stronger when they are rested and grounded, and much more chaotic when they are depleted. Sensitivity is not a reason to remain permanently open. In fact, spiritual maturity requires boundaries. You do not need to psychically scan every room. You do not need to remain available to spirit every hour of the day. You do not need to absorb every emotion around you. You do not need to treat every unusual feeling as a message. There are times to open, and there are times to close. There are times to listen, and there are times to say, "Not tonight, I am resting." That is not disrespectful to spirit, it is spiritual discipline. You cannot heal while remaining permanently available. Many people are not exhausted because they have too much to do. They are exhausted because they never stop being available. The phone can reach them, family can reach them, work can reach them, clients can reach them, news can reach them, social media can reach them, other people's crises can reach them. There is no threshold anymore, no closed door, no sacred pause. We need boundaries around our attention. You are allowed to not answer immediately. You are allowed to turn notifications off. You are allowed to leave a message until tomorrow. You are allowed to say, "I cannot carry this tonight." You are allowed to care without becoming responsible for every outcome. You are allowed to love someone without being their emotional emergency service. You are allowed to protect your peace without becoming cold. A boundary is not a wall against love. It is often what allows love to remain healthy. Rest is not the opposite of spiritual growth. Some people become exhausted spiritually because they turn spirituality into another performance. They believe they must meditate longer, read more, practice more, study more, develop more psychic ability, perform more rituals, learn more systems, buy more tools, do more healing, become more awakened. And soon, spirituality becomes another place where they feel behind. But, there are seasons when the most spiritual thing you can do is nothing impressive at all. Drink tea, take a bath, walk outside, sit beneath a tree, go to bed early, listen to rain, hold a crystal quietly, breathe, watch the moon. Let your mind become ordinary for a while. Spirit does not disappear because you stop trying to reach it. Sometimes you notice spirit more clearly when you finally stop reaching. The dark moon teaches rest. Within Wiccan and lunar practice, the dark moon offers a beautiful lesson. Not every phase is for manifestation. Not every phase is for expansion. Not every phase is for attracting. There are phases for release, for quiet, for divination, for inner work, for simply being. The dark moon reminds us that emptiness has spiritual value. A dark sky is not a failed full moon. It is another sacred face of the same cycle. You are allowed to have dark moon days. Days when you are not shining outward. Days when you are gathering inward. Days when you are restoring what others cannot see. You do not need to glow every day to remain sacred. Reiki as a practice of returning. Reiki can be particularly beautiful when we are overstimulated, not because we need to force ourselves into some dramatic spiritual experience, but because Reiki gives us permission to become still. Place your hands over your heart. Breathe slowly. Let the shoulders drop. Then say, I return to myself. Move your hands to the solar plexus. Say, I release what is not mine to carry. Place your hands over the lower abdomen. Say, I give my body permission to soften. Then place your hands wherever they feel naturally drawn. Do not chase sensation. Do not grade the practice. You may feel warmth, tingling, emotion, stillness, or very little at all. The point is not performance. The point is presence. Let the energy settle where it needs to settle. Herbal wisdom for rest. Herbs have long accompanied human beings through periods of quiet evening ritual and restoration. Lavender carries peace, gentleness, cleansing, and the energy of softening. Chamomile is associated with comfort, calm, sunlight, and the release of tension. Lemon balm brings brightness to emotional heaviness and is often associated with gentle renewal. Tulsi, or holy basil, carries a beautiful devotional quality and can become part of a ritual of returning to spiritual center. The important thing is not to turn these herbs into another task. Choose one. Make tea if it is appropriate for you. Use its fragrance. Place it near a candle. Let the herb become a signal. When this scent appears, the day is ending. The world can wait. Crystal focus. Amethyst is deeply connected with quiet spiritual awareness, meditation, intuition, psychic protection, and rest. It is a beautiful stone to keep near your evening space. Lepidolite is often associated with emotional calm, transition, and releasing mental overload. Moonstone reminds us to honor changing cycles rather than expecting ourselves to remain the same every day. Smoky quartz is grounding and useful when the mind feels scattered or when you have absorbed too much from the environment around you. You do not need all four. Choose the stone that feels appropriate. Hold it for a few minutes. Let it become a physical reminder. I am allowed to come back to myself. Angelic rest and protection. For those who work with angelic practice, rest can also be placed within sacred protection. Archangel Michael may be called upon when you need stronger energetic boundaries. Archangel Raphael may be invited into healing and restoration. Archangel Gabriel may be approached when dreams Messages or spiritual insight need clarity. You may place an angelic sigil near your bed or evening altar. Light a candle safely. Then say, "May this space be protected. May all unnecessary energy leave me. May my mind become quiet. May my body restore. May my dreams be peaceful. May only what serves truth, healing, and the highest good enter this space." Then stop. You do not need to ask for 10 more things. Allow the ritual itself to close the day. Sacred practice of the week, the sacred hour. This week, I invite you to create one sacred hour. 1 hour when you deliberately become unavailable. No work, no news, no social media, no checking what everyone else is doing, no solving other people's problems, no pressure to accomplish something spiritual. Dim the lights, make tea, light a candle, place a crystal nearby if you wish, use Reiki, meditate, take a bath, listen to quiet music, sit outside, journal, or do absolutely nothing. The point is not what you do. The point is that for 1 hour you stop giving yourself away. At the beginning of the hour, say, "For this hour, nothing is required of me." At the end, notice how you feel. Do not ask whether the hour was productive. Ask whether you returned to yourself. Mystical reflection. This week, ask yourself, what would become possible if I stopped treating exhaustion as proof that I am doing enough? What am I carrying that was never mine? Who has constant access to my attention? When did I begin believing that rest had to be earned? What would I hear if my life became quiet for long enough? And what part of me is trying to heal, but has never been given enough stillness to do so? Let those questions remain with you. You do not need to answer them all tonight. Some answers arrive only after we stop demanding them. Rest is sacred work. There will always be something else to do. There will always be someone who wants an answer. There will always be another problem somewhere in the world, another task, another headline, another reason to stay awake. But your life cannot consist only of responding. You also need to receive. Receive sleep, receive quiet, receive beauty, receive kindness, receive the healing presence of nature, receive the wisdom of your own spirit. Rest is not what you do after the sacred work is finished. Sometimes rest is the sacred work. Closing blessing. May Buddhist wisdom teach you to release what you cannot control. May Taoist wisdom teach you when to move and when to stop forcing. May Hindu wisdom return you to the sacred stillness within. May Wiccan wisdom remind you that every living thing moves through seasons of activity and rest. May the dark moon teach you that you do not have to shine every day. May Reiki bring softness to the places within you that have remained tense for too long. May lavender bring peace. May chamomile bring comfort. May amethyst quiet the noise around your intuition. May smoky quartz return you gently to the earth. May angelic protection surround your sleep. May your psychic senses know when to open and when to rest. May your body remember that it is safe to soften. May your mind remember that not every problem must be solved tonight. May your spirit remember that stillness is not emptiness. And may you finally give yourself permission to receive the healing that can only arrive when life becomes quiet enough to let it in. Thank you for joining me at the Church of New Enchantment. I am Dr. Peter Sousa. May you rest without guilt. May you heal without hurry. And may you remember that your worth was never measured by how exhausted you were willing to become. Peace be with you.